ever since people have seen this cabin teetering on top of these rocks I put in here, they've been worried about it. Well, it's gone through this winter's frost cycle. It survived that tree slamming the roof up on top. It didn't shake it off its hinges. I didn't know for sure myself, so before I left last fall, I'd done some prying, and this piece right here, I pried underneath there just to give a little more support. Well, you can see that it might have settled down on it a little bit, but not enough to worry about. So for the first year sitting on these rocks, I think she's probably settled, a half inch or something like that. And I am going to knock that out of there. And then I got some big rock. And what I want to do is, it's easier to build these walls up coming off that other rock, just for balancing the rocks and getting them placed. So I am going to knock this out. And then I'm going to get this one placed there, and then I'm going to get another rock, smaller one, get a little more ground surface area. This will be a whole corner here then, and that's how I'm going to do it, is I add these boulders underneath. I'm going to leave the north end especially a lot open, just so I can, like I backed my trailer underneath there, I might be able to put my cart under there, and just for easy storage of pulling stuff in and out. And I do want the air current going through there. It's not, in the wintertime, I do plan on putting maybe that foil wrapping underneath the floor, just as a insulation barrier. I don't think they say the mice won't bother it, and because it's right below the floorboard with no real, the mice should leave it alone. That's the main thing. So that's what I'm planning on doing. I am going to leave the bottom mostly open for ventilation. Over the years, moisture can't build up and rot the cabin up from the bottom. With the metal roof we're going to put on top, she's sealed from water top and bottom, and we should be good. I did have one man, he noted that we didn't put any moisture barrier between the log and the rock. When we laid the logs on there, he said we should have put a moisture barrier so that sweating and stuff can't get into that log. Well, yeah, I think that would have been a good idea, but I didn't even know about it at the time. So, but it'll be fine. It might only last 220 years instead of 300 like my hope is, but I think we're in good shape. So I'll get this knocked out of here. We'll see how we can put this rock in here and make it work. Yeah, that's that right. Probably where I just got it in there last winter, and like I say, it might have come down a fraction of an inch, just a little bit. Very satisfied with that. So now to get this figured out here, measure up so I find a rock that maybe 2 rocks, I'll get a good squeeze on there. I can mortar it in later, but I like to have it solid rock all the way up, so if the mortar falls away in the years down the road, we still got a good contact holding everything up. This rock's going to work out really good for this. This is going down. Got a little bit of a depression for this little bit of spot here. It's just, it's as big a rock as I want to move around, but I can move it. And I want it rolled over against that one. Boom! How about that? Comes a point when you say, looking good. Just a little bit more and we'll have that one just where I want it. Let's see. Yeah, this is what's been going on for the last hour and 15 minutes. A little afternoon siesta. I think I'm gonna get up and put on a little rice medley, throw a little tuna in there for lunch. Go back out and keep parting around. Oh, I want to put one more rock under that cabin I got kind of set up there. I can dig in and get stacked up on there in the corner. So before the deck goes on out front, I want to have that wall fortified as much as I want to do it. So normally I got this AM radio channel 890 AM out of the Dakotas. It's a farm channel all week long, but after hours and on weekends they play just really good golden country music. Well, I can't show it on here, but that's kind of what I was sleeping to. So makes it easy just to kind of lay back, listen, just nod off and not worry about it. Kind of like this. Pretty simple to fix this one up. Just 2 1/4 cups of water. Knorr rice medley. I used to use these a lot, but I kind of burn out on them, but they're just a good lunch. And canoe trip up north one time, one of the guys told me about adding some tuna to them, and that really is nice. All right. Bring that to a boil for 7 minutes. Lunch is served. If you're going to have my lunch, you think you get it too? You're almost done. That wasn't very nice. You better get here quicker this time. Really nice out here. Kind of clouded over. Mid-70s. Hardly any wind. Might take advantage and get the other rock put into place on the corner of the cabin. When I left to take my nap, sun was beating down in that corner. I was no sense in working out here in that hot sun, so took my break and it worked out well. There's even a slight chance of rain each, I don't know, the next couple days up, 20%, 30%. But dry as it is, I doubt it's going to amount to anything. I even talked about maybe a thunderstorm, but that'd be pretty local. Yeah, not a mosquito in the air. Well, with this extra stay, I got plenty of food in there, but some of the real necessities are running low. Like, I'm down to just a little bit of dark chocolate. I'm gonna preserving it, doling it out very slowly, so getting hard up enough that dipping into some milk chocolate some of the guys last fall left here. I was just gonna leave it for when they came back, but well, anything in a pinch. Look at that. Not even all that black. Yesterday before I took a nap, I took these jeans, socks, and this t-shirt out on the log over there, and I sprayed it down good with permethrin, since I've been wearing it for this extended part of my trip. Because it really does, I don't think it does much for mosquitoes, but it really has an effect on not getting that many ticks. Well, so as I started my lunch in there, that water had to boil, and then it had to cook for 7 minutes. I noticed I had a tick on my leg, just on my pants here. And it was walking around and running around, and so I kind of corralled it, and I made it run around on that permethrin-treated blue jean pant leg there for about 15 minutes. And toward the end of that 15 minutes, I went up and turned my rice off because it was done, and let it cool down and soak up, and kept that thing corralled. I noticed it started to look like it might have been a little bit drunk. I wasn't quite sure. Well, I had to eat my lunch, so I took the tick and I dropped it into the coffee cup. Now, there wasn't really any coffee in the bottom, but, there was just a little bit. Well, now I've had that lunch, and I check in there, and the tick is dead. So the question is, did it soak up enough of that permethrin off my pant leg, and then it died, or is my coffee that toxic? I'll have to check this out. I might have a new tick treatment. Make a pot of coffee, soak my clothes down. But I really do think it was the permethrin just got it. But I was surprised that it made it for 15 minutes running around. I don't think it wanted to be there, but I kept it corralled. So, well, we'll see. We got a 1/4 inch of space there. But I'm not worried about having that much mortar in there. It'll hold in place, or maybe I'll even drive a wooden shim in there, or a piece of metal. Keep it down good and tight. So another one done, and that went really easy. Worst thing is I'm kind of running out of my rocks. As of now, my plan is to embed these 4 rocks in the ground and the outer 4 of my roof pillars up there, or whatever you want to call them. I'm going to run upright poles up to them and down to that rock, and then probably attach a beam across those 4 uprights for my deck level. And over here, roll one of these big rocks in here. I got one in there. There'll be one in each corner. And maybe I can put something here. And we'll run logs across there and build them up. Main thing is my deck's going to be this high when we're done. So poles down there, cross piece, and here a log coming across on top of these boulders. And I think that's my plan for now. So I'll get this I now know that's about where he's going to go, so I can get rid of him.